Hi everybody and Happy New Year. I hope you've had a really good Christmas break and enjoyed Christmas and had a great new year as well. I know some of you will be watching this in school with your classmates and the adults in your teaching team, and some of you will be watching from your homes, maybe with some of your family. But wherever you are, I hope that you're all well and that you're managing in this difficult time where we're in another lockdown. This isn't the start of the year that we'd hoped for to start our spring term in 2021, but it is another lockdown situation, and we need to be able to work together to make sure we follow those lockdown rules, keeping each other safe. We had such a good autumn term with everybody back in school and working really hard to catch up on the learning that had been missed from the summer, and doing such a great job of it, making some really good progress in your learning, whether it was reading, writing, maths, and also being part of that wider curriculum where you've been able to do some music and some art and science and all the other learning that we do. So it's a real shame after such a good autumn term that we find ourselves back into a lockdown situation where some of us will be in school and some of us will be at home. But your teachers have been working really hard with their planning and thinking about how we can adapt the curriculum so that everybody, each of you, can manage to continue with their learning. For those children who are in school, they'll be working with their class teams and undertaking the work that they need to do in order to keep making the progress in their learning. And if you're at home, I know that your teachers have been working really hard to give you the opportunity to access the learning remotely on the computers. And we've given some families computers, or loaned some of the families some computers to use so that you can access the learning and get to the links that you need. But they've worked hard to make sure that the learning that's happening in the classrooms is there for you at home as well. And it is so important that you're able to do that, because it is learning. This remote curriculum that we're sending out, the teachers are working hard to make sure that they are teaching you and that your learning is moving forwards. You won't just be doing things that you can do and practicing things that you can do. It's going to be important because it will be moving your learning forward alongside the children in the classroom, so that everybody, when we come back together, is going to be in the right place to pick up and work together in the classrooms on the same learning. So really important. Please, please, please make sure that you find time to do it. It doesn't have to be any specific times because everybody's got different commitments. But we have given out, or we will give out, timetables as suggestions, but they're not there to be followed by the rule. It's there to help you, give you some structure in the day. But really important that everybody engages in that. And during each week, there'll be 2 opportunities on a Monday and a Wednesday for you to join a live session where you'll be able to talk to adults from your teaching team over the computer, and you'll be able to discuss the learning that you've done, any problems that have come up. The teachers and the grown-ups there will be looking to see if there's any problems with learning, any things that people are finding difficult, and then in those meetings they'll be able to talk you through, and you'll be able to ask questions. And mums, dads, you can also join in on those. That'll be really helpful and useful. So those will happen on a Monday and a Wednesday. They'll be at different times. That will be on as part of our remote learning policy. And we hope that we find those useful as we go forward. So we'll be able to talk to you through those sessions, which will be really good. So 2021 has started, another new year. I always think a new year is a great time of year. It gives us a chance to perhaps reflect on what we've been doing and how our lives have been. A chance to reflect on what has been going well, what we think we're good at, what bits we're really proud of. It gives us a chance to reflect on perhaps on things that we might want to achieve or things that we might want to get better at. And for me, it's a bit like the opening and starting a new book. I don't know if you can remember back to the beginning of the year when you first started in your new classes, and all of you will have had new books to start for this year's learning. And I know I've got a sketchbook here that is brand new. And if I open the sketchbook, that first page, I always think is such an exciting time, just like the start of a new year. What goes on this first page and the next page and the next page after that is down to me. It's down to how much effort I put in. It's down to how much perseverance, perhaps, and resilience I have. It's about how much I can keep that going. Is it just going to be the first page that's neat and tidy, or is it going to be the second page, the third page, and onwards? But that clean page where it's empty, there's nothing on it. It's waiting to be filled. And it's going to be me in my sketchbook that fills it. And that's a little bit like my new year. I start a new year. I don't know what's ahead of us, but it's an exciting time for me to think, okay, what's happened this year just gone by? What's worked well? What have I been proud of? What have I been pleased with? And then to think about what I might want to do to improve or set myself some challenges through the year. And that new year is then down to me of how I do it. How are my challenges? Am I going to be able to achieve them? Am I going to work to them? Am I going to try it and end up giving up after a week or two? Or am I going to persevere and be able to continue and to keep on going with them until I get to my goals? So I hope at this time of the year, when we've started our new year, we know it's different from normal, and therefore our challenges are different from normal. But I hope you're able to put some thought towards what your challenges might be in this new year in 2021. What is it you want? What is it important for you? What goals will you set yourself? What targets might you try to achieve? And then I hope once you've thought about that, that actually you really persevere and you try to achieve those. And it might be linking to something like that home learning, that remote learning, if you're at home, about how I'm going to make sure that I do my remote learning, that I'm going to make sure that I send my work in so that the teachers can look at it and send it back and tell you how well you're doing and what you might need to think about for the next step of learning. So I hope the new year brings you some real positive challenges. I hope you rise to those challenges. I hope you can set yourself some challenges. I hope that you can really get to grips with the remote education if you're at home. But all of us can set some challenges to work towards and to help us in our own development. So thinking of that new year, after this assembly, maybe you could have a chat with one of the grown-ups that you're with and think about what type of challenges you could set. Maybe you could write them on a bit of paper, pop them in an envelope, and maybe open them in a month or 2 months, maybe 6 months' time, and see if you're still on track to achieve the targets that you've set. Good luck with them. Have a good week in school if you're in school. Have a good week remote learning if you're not. Please link into the catch-up sessions on which will start this Wednesday. So they're not going to. So that's Wednesday the 13th. So link into those. You'll be able to talk to the grown-ups, and you'll be able to they'll be able to help you with any of the learning that you need support with. And remember, learning is about doing new things. Some of those things will be difficult. Some of them will be tricky. That growth mindset that we have and we talk about in school, keep that going. Good luck with it during this week, and look forward to seeing some of you on the Wednesday check-ins.